Hello everyone, welcome back, and today's video is on June's Maniologys MXM box, which the theme was Wizard of Oz, and this is the lovely set that I came up with for it. So I already have my tips prepped, and then we will go over the plates and polishes in just a second. So the only plates I used was the two that came in the box, which is MXM 129 and MXM 130. Excuse me. I also used both polishes that came in the box, which is Yellow Brick Road and Emerald City. The other green base that I used was from Maybelline, and it is called Tropic Talks. I got this from Dollar Tree. Okay, so these are the top coats. Okay, the other stamping polishes that I used was Liquid Sunshine from Maniology B335. And Blackjack from Queen, which is a nice black. Okay, so I used Maybelline's Teal for Two, Maybelline's Serene Steel, I used 3 different SC polishes. I used Don't Hate Curate, Saffron the Move, and Off the Grid, which is these lovely colors here. I used Salon Perfect's He's With Me, which is this beautiful sparkly glittery red. Revlon Into the Woods, L'Oreal Classic Check, LA Colors Energy Surge, and I'm not sure what this particular brand was called, or the color. It doesn't have a name on the bottle, but I got it at Dollar Tree, and it's a nice, really pretty red. According to one of my friends that works at Amazon, he sees these go through Amazon all the time, so this can be acquired on Amazon. I'm just not really sure what the color is.
It might be from Maniology.
It's not from Maniology.
Never mind then.
It's not from Maniology, buddy.
Bottles Maniology.
Maniology doesn't have skull-shaped bottles, buddy.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to start with Emerald City and Liquid Sunshine, and that is going to be used on the base design, which we're going to use this image right here. And on the Yellow Brick Road tips, we're going to use Emerald City. Line it up with the top, and depending on the length of your tip, you may need to make a second stamp to finish the design. You see at the bottom it's ever so slightly does not reach. Gonna line it up. Over. There we go. And that's what it'll look like. And we're going to do the same for the rest of the Yellow Brick Road ones on the Emerald City for that particular design. And then we will swap to Liquid Sunshine and do it over the green tips. I did not add enough polish to that. There we go. Now I spread it all the way to the bottom. There we go. Line it up. Now, I apologize for how long it took for me to get this one up. We were on vacation earlier this month, so I have not had the time to sit down and work on these. So instead, you guys got simpler designs during that time that we weren't home, that were pre-recorded. I didn't have enough time from the time that I got this box and the time that I was prepping for the trip and everything else to get this done. So I just recently had the time to sit down
And do it.
and plan it. Yeah. So we are now done with Emerald City. We won't need it any further. So now we're going to go in with Liquid Sunshine over the green tips with the same image. Line it up over top, like so. Okay, once you have done all of your background images, that's all you'll need Liquid Sunshine for. We will get Blackjack out, and now it's time to put on our main images. So let's start with the thumb, which is this lovely tornado with the house right here. We're going to go ahead and pick up that image with Blackjack. What, Leia? So the cats are very clingy right now, so please bear with me.
Yes. We have 3 cats.
That are very clingy right now because we've been gone.
Yes. Especially the cat that chose me.
Topaz has been very clingy too. They all 3 have been very clingy. Topaz, Peach, and Leia, all 3 have been exceptionally clingy, bud. You just feel like he's the most clingy because he actually clings to you.
Yes.
unlike the other two, which pretty much avoid you like the plague.
Especially peach. Peach will not come out.
So we're gonna need serene steel, teal for 2. We're going to need off the grid and into the woods. These are the 4 colors I use on the house inside the tornado. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom in on this. So, we're going to use serene steel, which is this color right here, inside the tornado and on the chimney. So we're going to go in on the chimney. And then we're going to go ahead, go in on the tornado now, and go underneath the house image. We're going to kind of swirl. Almost like an S. This gray across inside the image. And then we're going to go in with teal for 2. For the rest of the tornado, which is the kind of blue-gray. I'm going to fill in all the little tufts of it. They're outside of the main image. What, Kyle? What are you trying to tell Mom? Love you too, buddy. What do you want? Go. There's the rest of the tornado. So now we're going to go in with off the grid for the main part of the house, outside of the roof. So now that the main part of the house has been colored in, we're going to go in with Into the Woods for the roof. So, once you're done coloring it in, this is what it'll look like minus the cat hair that's on the underside of my stamper. Scoot that back. And I know my fingers are blank right now. They won't be much longer. I will get the 4th of July mani completed and planned out and posted. That's what this is blank canvas for. So we will get to that. I just haven't gotten there yet. Bear with me, guys. So once this is dry enough, which right now it's still a little too glossy, and 2 rays telling me that it's not quite dry enough, we will be able to stamp it. So I'm going to set this off to the side for just a second. Pull out another cube stamper. So the next one is a very simple one. And what we will need is this plate right here for There's No Place Like Home. We're going to take Blackjack. I'm going to pick that image up. Clean off the excess images, like so. And then we're going to line it up with the top of the index finger in the center, like so. And we're going to go and we're going to grab the other plate, which is MXM 129. And we're going to grab this image right here, also with Blackjack. I'm going to go ahead and scrape, pick up, line it underneath There's No Place Like Home. Press down, just like so. There you have that. Now, the tornado should be ready. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to line it up in the center, like so. Press down. There you have it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put the smudge free on both of those nails real quick. I also used OPI's matte top coat. I used Maniology smudge free OPI matte. That is what they will look like before we put the mat on. Okay. So the next one is the flying monkey. My husband said it absolutely had to have a flying monkey, so we have the flying monkey. What's the matter, buddy?
Just watching.
Just watching? Okay. So, on MXM 130, we have this lovely flying monkey image for the Wizard of Oz. So, we are going to go ahead and take Blackjack and pick up the monkey. Hold on, Robert. Like so. Clean off the excess image. Okay, we'll go in. Perfect. Okay. So for this guy, we're using Don't Hate, Curate, Set from the Move, and both of those are Essie. We're using Teal for Two from Maybelline, and the weird skull polish that I cannot remember the name of the brand, and I don't remember it having a color either. So we'll start with that one. And all we need that for is the very tip of the hat. You see that little ball. And that's where it's going to go. It's right there. At the tip of the hat. Okay. So for Don't Hate, Curate, which is the kind of yellowy color, that goes on the rest of the hat. Okay. And then for his face, now don't come after me because I did the coloration based off of the book illustration I found when I looked up. I am not a fan of Wizard of Oz, so I don't understand what colors go where as well for coloration. I'm just going off of the book illustrations I have found, which I wasn't able to find many. And then we're going to use Saffron the Move for the body and the wings. Seems like the medicine's starting to help, kiddo. You've been coughing less. Who would have thought that going out of state would mess you up so bad, buddy? You almost made it the whole week before having trouble. Be alright though. We'll get you better. We may have to do another breathing treatment though. Okay. Now hopefully I didn't mess up the other side on this. Oh, nope. He looks good. Alright. So we now have our flying monkey for the middle finger. come off of the stand. So this should be ready in just a moment. Okay, so the next one we're gonna need is MXM 129, and on the ring finger we're going to use the Wizard of Oz actual trademarked image of them, pretty much. That's what their title screen looks like. And the ruby slippers. So we are going to go in with the Wizard of Oz with blackjack at the top of the ring finger. So we'll line it up at the top, centered as much as possible, like so. And then we're going to go in with blackjack on the ruby slippers. Don't know what Kyle's doing, but he's doing something. Maybe his calculator, not sure. Okay. Let's put that up to the side. The flying monkey should be ready. So we're going to go ahead and swap back to the middle finger. That does not want to stay on the stand apparently. Alright, so try to center your flying monkey as much as possible into the center of the nail before placing down. Place it like so. Okay, so we're going to go in on the ruby slippers. But before we do that, I'm going to pick up my last image. I have Toto in the basket right here. That's going to be the last image. Oh, okay, he's got the magnet coloring thingy. That's why he's making so much noise. Gotcha. This is the last time you're going to need the black outline, as long as you don't mess up the image and have to start over, like I am notorious for doing. I can pick up Toto in the basket. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and color these two in. So for the ruby slippers, we're going to use Salon Perfect's He's With Me. And we're going to color in all of them as thinly as possible with it, because we're going to have to do a second layer for opacity. So we're going to want the red for its glittery red goodness, but to keep it from being too sheer, we're going to put white behind it after that layer is dry. So the red stands out in the ruby slipper type of fashion and is not overpowered by the background. You can also use, there's a red from Pure Ice that looks almost identical to this red from Salon Perfect, if you have that. Now, I have not seen Pure Ice in where I live in a very long time, so I don't even know if they're still available or not. Once you're done filling the red in, let it dry. So for the basket, we're going to use Classic Check, which is from L'Oreal. Oh, excuse me. Oh, goodness. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and use Classic Check for the basket, which is a nice creamy color. Almost like a flesh tone or wicker type color. What's the matter, Kyle? Why are you whining, my boy? What time is it? It's exactly 10 o'clock now, buddy. You can go get your tablet. Go on. Hey, that's why he's whining at me. It's 10 o'clock now, so he knows that he can have his stuff. Almost done coloring in this basket. Okay. Now we're going to take off the grid from Essie for Toto's coloring. It's kind of a grayish brown. And we're going to fill in Toto. Okay, so now we're going to take Energy Source, which is the white from LA Colors, and we're going to go ahead and put it behind the baby slippers. Over top of the red that we just laid just a moment ago, now that it's dry. To ensure opacity. We're going to want that to take a moment to dry. Okay, so this is what it'll look like. And Toto in the basket. So I'm going to go ahead and back this up. There we go. Grab the pinky nail. Toto in the basket should be ready. I'm going to try to center it on the pinky. Like so. And then here in just a moment, the ruby slippers should be ready. So while we're waiting for that, we can go in with the smudge-free top coat on the middle finger and the pinky finger. Smudge-free on both of those. Okay. Give that just a second. Wait on that. Clean up a little bit. So this one was a hard one for me because I am not a fan of Wizard of Oz. I'm not very familiar with it. I've only ever seen it once in my entire life. So I'm not super familiar with it. And I actually had to do active research for part of this. So thanks to Maniology for making a set of plates that I'm not familiar with at all for theme. But that's okay. Going outside of my comfort zone is something I do regularly, so it's not a big deal. Oh, my ring for the swatch fell off. Okay, I need to rearrange these. They're not quite in the color order that I would like. And it doesn't feel right. Excuse me, Lola. Okay, so these ruby slippers should theoretically be ready. And we want to line it up underneath where it says Wizard of Oz and center it. Like so. Just one moment. So we have a nice undistracting spot for this. Because that dirty paper towel would be distracting me. So I imagine there are others that would be distracted by it. Okay, so we have our smudge-free across all of the nails. So just a second to show you guys. Okay. So this is what it looks like glossy versus the matte. And so you can leave it glossy like this. You would just top with your favorite glossy top coat. Or you can make it matte like this, which I feel like all of the elements pop better in matte. So we're going to go ahead and take our OPI matte top coats and go ahead and mattify this. So once I get a little bit of videos caught up where I'm behind, I will go in and go back to the mani-pedi series, as somebody had named it a series. I'm okay with that. So we will go back to that once I have the ability to. Currently, I'm too far behind on filming to create that at this moment. I'm hoping by next week I will be able to have that back up and going. Just taking a week out to see family kind of really put me far behind. I had to do a lot of last minute prepping in order to even make sure you guys had content while we were gone. This is the most recent one, top coat with the smudge free, so I wanted to make sure that it was not ill affected by it. Okay. There. Okay, so let's put this back. And there you have it, folks. That's how I did it. That's how I created this cute Wizard of Oz mani. Like I said, Wizard of Oz isn't really my thing, but I was able to, with a little bit of research on coloration of the illustrated images and things like that, and of course where I was left with my own imagination, unfortunately. But I was able to put this lovely mani together for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope it was inspiring for those of you who weren't sure what to do with your plates. There's lots of images I love from this that at first glance you wouldn't think were Wizard of Oz, so I do like that. It does have some versatility outside of actual Wizard of Oz. So I am quite happy to say that, you know, this has a lot of versatility, but you can also very clearly do Wizard of Oz with it as well. So I appreciate how they did those images. And my camera just took a picture and I don't know why it did, so I'm gonna have to have fun with the settings with that later. Fun. Okay. So that is everything, guys. For those of you, okay, so I am out of sorts here. I haven't recorded in several weeks at this point, so I am out of sorts. So for those of you who like this video and this is your first time being here, thank you for stopping by. And if you want to help support this channel, give a like and a comment. If you want to support further, get me closer to ad revenue, you can go in and subscribe. If you want to try the products and you want a more direct way to help my channel, I have 2 different discount codes. I have one for Maniology and one for Born Pretty, both of which you can get 10% off of your orders, and I get a small kickback. So those are all the ways in which you can help support this channel. And for those of you who have already been doing it, thank you all. I greatly appreciate you guys. And I hope you all are having a good morning, afternoon, evening, or night, whatever it may be, wherever you are at while you're watching this video. And thank you all for watching. Until next time, bye.